Hi everyone, it's Nikki here from Transport Evolved. I hope you're well. We're doing just like a little first thing in the morning chat here on the channel, and I hope that this makes sense to you all. I noticed over the weekend that there is somebody selling on eBay right now a Tesla Model 3, and that Tesla Model 3 is at a ridiculously high price, and it makes me wonder. How much would you pay for a Tesla Model 3? It's actually, I've actually got the price wrong. I do apologize. But prices for the Tesla Model 3 ranging from 70 grand down to the cheapest one here at the moment is 60,000. So between $60,000 and $70,000 to buy a Tesla Model 3. Would you pay that kind of money? I don't think I would. Let me bring this down. And I don't think I would pay that amount of money for any car over a premium, over what the car would normally cost. I think, it's really nice to see that we are living in an age where the Tesla Model 3 is in demand, and that's fantastic. And I love the fact that the Tesla Model 3 is in a huge amount of demand. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm sending this out on the internet. I'm tweeting it now. So for those who don't know, this is a stream that happens occasionally on the Take Two channel. This morning I'm up early and getting everything ready. This is the new kind of setup. So since things have changed a little at home, and I'm not going into the details. I know I'm really cryptic on this, but since things have changed at home, we're basically splitting parenting duties. So one of us goes in really early and one of us stays late and works late. So I've been up since 4:50 a.m. It's currently 7:13 a.m. in the morning. And so I'm at them and ready for the day ahead. So this Tesla Model 3, let's look at some of these Tesla Model 3s that we're seeing here. I wish I could show you. I can't see you here. So morning, would rather buy a well-equipped Model S from the CPO program for $70, for 70K, I guess, and get more value than the Model 3 delivers. It's true. I mean, I'm looking here. So what have we got here? This is the eBay. This is the eBay listings. So we've got a 2018 Tesla Model 3 premium long range, pre-owned, $61,499. Buy it now. The description, I wish I could share these descriptions with you. I should have set up the thing a little differently here. Why don't I put these in the chat? That would be a good way of doing it. So this is a Tesla Model 3. That is located, where is it located? It just says located in the United States. Okay, this is VIN number 3598. It's got the long range premium upgrades, enhanced autopilot, sport alloy wheels, and the multi-coat paint. And this is in the DC area. My Model 3 is available for immediate short-term or long-term rental. Tesla does not have demo Model 3s in the area, blah, blah. A guy's name is Jeff, and he's actually got a link to Turo. And it kind of makes me wonder, is this someone who is a Tesla fan, or is this somebody who's just trying to, make a bit of money off it? And is that okay? I mean, should we be buying a Tesla Model 3 that costs that much money online, full stop? I'm interested to know what you think. All right, let's have a look at some of these other ones here. I hate the fact that Tesla is pushing the high Model 3s first. It's supposed to be a $35,000 car for the masses, says Jaden. This is giving other companies time to fill in that $35,000 200-mile EV market space. I totally agree with what you say there. I know that Kia just agreed with you too. Here we go. Let's switch to another one here. This is a silver one. I'm going to put these in so you can look at these, because the prices for Model 3s are so high. You know, it is scary. So here we are. Oh, this is interesting. This is a car that's fresh from the factory. The title is still being processed by the DMV. It's in transit. This is a vehicle in transit on a truck, currently from the factory to LA, and available for immediate pickup by the time the auction ends. So this is somebody who's got a brand new Model 3, who's decided for whatever reason, hey, I don't want this Model 3 anymore, and they're just going to sell it. Some folks have 2 reservations and are using their first reservation to sell for a premium and help fund their second Model 3, maybe with a dual motor. Now, I can understand that, but, you know, again, part of me, I think, okay, I'm going to say something fundamentally controversial here. I think that the $7,500 federal tax incentive, or any incentive from any country, should actually come with a rider that says you have to keep that car for a year, 2 years. And if you want to sell that vehicle on, you have to pay that federal tax grant back. Because I think what's happening here is that people are buying these Tesla Model 3s. They're going to be able to benefit from the federal tax incentive. They're also going to be able to benefit from, you know, the premium of selling them on eBay. And, you know, good on them. That's great business sense, but it's very unfair. If you happen to have an electric car and you are you're not going to keep that electric car, and you've used taxpayers' money to buy that electric car, you should have to keep that car for a while. I'll give you an example of an alternative. I'll give you an alternative example in a different world. So say you have a job that you've just got hired for a new job, and you've got your signing bonus. Okay, you might get your signing bonus at the point that you get your first paycheck, which is unlikely. What you'll normally get is you'll get your signing bonus or a retention bonus after 2 years, maybe after a year, 18 months, whatever. And that's a lump sum that the company promises to give you if you stick around in the job. Same thing for training. You know, if your job offers you a training program, they'll pay for your training on the proviso that you keep working for that company for N number of years. And if you don't, then you have to give that vehicle, you have to give that money that you paid for the training, you have to give that back. And I can't help think that that is the same situation when it comes to federal tax credits for EVs. You know, if you're buying an EV and you're claiming that money from your federal tax incentive, and let's be honest, if you're the kind of person who can afford to buy a Model 3, put your deposits down, buy a Model 3, top range Model 3, and flip it, the chances are you're not buying it on a financing package. The chances are you've probably got that money sitting in the bank. That seems really unfair that you're then flipping that car, selling it on, and benefiting from the federal tax credit because you have money. I think actually I'm going to make a video on this on the main channel. And maybe that will be a really controversial thing this week. I'm going to make a video on that. All right, so this is somebody who is selling their Model 3, brand new. They haven't even got it yet. Okay, let's look down the next one. This one is a listing that doesn't even exist yet. This is a car. This is somebody who's, oh my goodness. This is somebody, again, this is crazy. This is somebody who is looking at, this is somebody who's looking at Tesla Model 3 a reservation and going, I'm going to buy this car. I'm going to buy this car, and then I'll sell it on to you. I mean, seriously, what planet? Another tweet out on Twitter. Okay, people are selling. I just said WTF. People are actually selling their Model 3s before they've even bought them. Okay, so this person. Let's look at this description. I'll read it to you. I will purchase the car and sell it to you upon delivery. I'm planning to order the deep blue metallic, but if you want another color, I'll order that as long as the funds are deposited into an escrow account before I order. This is shady as hell. If you like, you are welcome to come with me to pick the car up from Tesla to get that experience. We will sign the DMV documentation to transfer the car over to you during a weekday that same week. Oh, the VIN number will be a different one than the one in the above ad. VIN will be assigned shortly. There is no person on the planet who would follow this ad and go, I mean, you'd have to be crazy. You'd have to be crazy. This is currently, nobody's bid on it yet, funnily enough, $56,450. So this is somebody who hasn't even had their car made yet. They've ordered, they say they've got a reservation. They say, this is a car that hasn't been ordered yet. I'll finalize the order once you give me the money. Hello? It does feel like a Nigerian prince thing. You know, that's crazy. All right, let's have a look at another one. Looking at crazy Model 3s on eBay. It's just a new thing that we're doing. All right, let's look at this one. I'm putting all the links in the chat because I think it just is a fun thing to do. I'm sorry. All right. All right. So this is an interesting listing. This one is from Berkeley. It's Berkeley, California. It's a white Model 3. $59,300. It's currently got 33 bids, so it obviously means that people are spending money on this thing. Go figure. And what does it say? You will be the owner of this pristine Model 3 long-range premium. This car comes with 310 miles of range and 4-year limited manufacturer warranty and 8-year battery warranty. Now, this is the really interesting thing. The car was purchased to perform an engineering evaluation for a client. The air quotes are mine, by the way. And that has been completed, so now I must sell this vehicle. I already have 3 other Teslas. And Frank, oh, hi, Nikki. Ireland has announced no more ICE cars to be sold from 2030. Yahoo! Yes, well done. Oh, that will be something to put in the show this week. Awesome. So there's somebody performed an engineering evaluation. Now, engineering evaluation could mean we got the car, we test drove it, we put it through some extensive testing, we drove it hard. We did fun things with it to try and figure out how good the car is. That might have even been, you know, a charging point manufacturer. Does this vehicle work with our charging stations? Or it was an engineering specialist who stripped it down, Mercedes style. Exactly, Jim. You took the words out of my mouth. So somebody who stripped this car down, or maybe like the guys over in Michigan. What's the name? Forgotten the name of the engineering firm who just stripped down a Model 3. But this is a car that somebody has, I think somebody has taken apart and rebuilt just to see how it works. And what happens, how this works is very often car companies will pay an individual to buy a car for them at launch so that they can get their hands on the car quickly. They can perform an engineering evaluation, tear it down, put it back together, see how it's made, so that they can then make their own vehicles. It's a commonly practiced thing. People are regularly, and I mean regularly, or car companies are regularly taking apart their competitors. It's not something that, see you later, Kia. It's not something that happens, just with Teslas or just with rivals of Tesla. Every car company does it. They take other car companies' vehicles apart because they do it sort of surreptitiously like that, because or clandestinely is a better word. Just to do that. Let's see what the other cars, the Model 3s, are in here. The seller sells it as a fastback sedan. Well, maybe it is. Now, this is another one. Loads of people wanting to sell their Model 3s. Now, the other thing that's interesting here is maybe people are actually buying these Model 3s and then selling them on, either because they want to make money or because they're like, I prefer a Model S. And we know that Tesla was upselling Model S to Model 3 reservation holders for weeks, months, years before Model 3 started rolling off the production line. We also know that, we're still in the sub 5,000 Model 3s in the wild at the moment. And so there are limited cars. They are being made more slowly than Tesla would like at the moment, although by the end of this month, Tesla said it's going to be at 2,500 cars per month. So that's maybe that's the reason why the price is being driven up. But I can't help think this is also some people who are going, maybe I don't want this car after all. I don't know. This is a case of somebody who has bought two. This is somebody, car is available for immediate pickup. I took delivery, drove it home, and it's been parked in my garage, covered, waiting to be purchased. I'm already a Tesla owner, and I have no need for two. If you're on the waiting list, no need to wait for a year or more. The federal tax credit won't be available by then anyways. Cancel your order and buy this car. Etc. Again, since the car is fresh from the factory, the title is still being processed by the DMV. This is a car in Scottsdale, Arizona. So, and this is a situation again. $60,000 for a Tesla Model 3. $62,580 for this next one. Same thing. This is somebody who has obviously driven it a little, and they are still selling their cars off. It could be that people have gone and got a Model S, and then they've got their Model 3 reservation, and they've decided to sell it on. And I would have no issue, I think there are going to be people who've got a Model 3 reservation, they've put their deposit down, and they can't afford they can't afford the car, or they can't afford, because of the pricing differences, the changes in pricing since it was first announced, or, tax changes in the country they live in, and they might have a reservation and they may want to switch it over or sell it on because they can't really afford the car anymore. I can understand that. I can also understand people going, hey, I ordered this Model 3 and then, I lost my job and I can't afford it anymore. So I need to sell it on. But in those situations, how many of those people are going to have 80 grand in their savings account to be able to buy the car and then sell it on? It just doesn't feel right. Again, this is somebody else who has, this is interesting. This is somebody else. This is somebody else who is selling a Model 3 who doesn't have the car yet. This is a Model 3 Can be delivered in 4 weeks. I ordered 2 and my wife does not want the second one. So this is a classic case of somebody who has ordered 2, they've got plenty of money, and then they've decided, you know, look, we're just going to sell the other one on. And this is an interesting line. You have to read this carefully. Since the car will be fresh from the factory, the title will be under process by the DMV. We will do a bill of sale and transfer ownership upon sale. Title, etc., will be mailed as soon as I receive it. This car will be located in Alpharetta in Georgia and be ready for pickup and available for pickup. I'm also willing to work with a shipper of your choice. Now, we know that car, Tesla's not bringing cars to Georgia yet. So this is a car that probably doesn't exist yet. Really, so this is an interesting thing. Really, OCD people may want them because they have the Alcantara interior. Yeah, that's changed. That has changed. All right. So lots of people want a Model 3. That is true, but not very many people are actually getting them. All right. This is somebody who has a Model 3 with 462 miles. The vehicle is fully loaded with every option available. This is a 2017. So obviously, maybe this is somebody who had one who is a Tesla employee, maybe. This is a white Tesla. It looks in really good. It's a California car. Looks like it's been, you know, looked after in the 482 miles that it's had. It's VIN 3762. So it's not a hugely late model, and the description there really doesn't say much. So here we go. So my question to you is this: do you know anybody? Do you know anybody who would spend that much money on buying a Model 3 and would just buy the Model 3 outright? I mean, do you know anybody who would do that? Because I don't. I don't know anybody who has that kind of money. Oh, this is an interesting one. Brand new Tesla Model 3 Premium with long-range battery and enhanced autopilot, only driven home from the dealership and kept in garage. I have the car at my home ready to pick up. I'm selling the listing for my 70-year-old father. Now, again, the same thing, got 139 miles on it. Let's see if this has got plates. Which state is this in? This is in New Jersey. So this is one of the first New Jersey cars, which doesn't make sense. I've got another one here. I'm not kind of putting these in the chat for you to go crazy over. This is just, I guess, I'm just looking at what people are saying. This is another person who has a car, and it's located in, it doesn't say, it just says located in the United States. This one doesn't feel like it's an actual listing. I mean, it says it's an actual listing, but and then there are people who are just selling reservations. I mean, there's another one here. Somebody doing a 2008 Tesla Model 3 Premium. They've just literally got a picture of, they've got the picture of the car. I mean, that's it. They've just got the picture of the car. I'm waiting to see what the Model 3 looks like in the flesh, says Peter, which in the UK isn't going to be until late 2019. By then, there is going to be a lot of competition. And this is exactly where I come in with, you know, my views about the Tesla Model 3. There's been some, you know, concern over the quality of the vehicle. So it's concerning, I think, is the way that people are selling these vehicles, the way that people are fawning over this vehicle. It's a great car. And hopefully soon I'm going to get my chance to drive one. but I don't think I would pay a premium for that car. I want to try it first. More EVs available in the UK, such as the Zoe, much more affordable too. I mean, you only have to think about how much I spent on my Bolt. Now, disclaimer, I got my Chevrolet Bolt because I got a great deal on a trade-in. I also got a great deal on a car that had actually been involved in a minor collision at the dealership. So when they were taking my car off the transporter, someone's foot slipped on the accelerator and it smashed into something. It dinged the front up and whatnot. So they had to repair it on site to Chevrolet specs before selling it on. So they basically gave me, I think, $5,000 off the sticker price. So that plus the incentive plus everything else meant that I was able to afford it. And I'm currently paying like $270 a month for a car that I can afford on a lease. And then I need to buy it after that if I decide I want to do that. But I certainly I can't afford to spend, $800-900 a month on a lease. So this is another one. This is a Model 3. This Model 3, again, this is crazy. Just listen to this listing. This Model 3 is ready for order. As a prior customer, I was awarded an early build slot, but the timing is bad and I have to sell it on. Okay, that's fair enough. You can build the Model 3 in any way you like, but the smaller battery option will be another month or so. Now this is a fair auction, because this is somebody who's gone, okay, I've got my place in the queue. Pardon my French, shit's gone down and I can't afford this car anymore, or I can't use this car anymore. Whatever reason, this person was on the list and has now gone, oh shit, I can't pay this anymore. And so what they've done is they've said, I'm going to prepare a contract that clearly defines each of our responsibilities. So this is one that might involve a lawyer. You're going to have to put a deposit down on the car, and then the scary bit, though, is that the winner of this auction will be required to send me within 3 days the total of the auction plus the $2,500 deposit I will need to pay Tesla and the original $1,000 deposit I paid last year. Vehicle will be delivered to Denver and transportation to the winner's home is on the auction winner. So somebody has decided they're going to sell their reservation on. Tesla doesn't allow you to sell their reservation on. So that's the first thing. That's the first, ooh, maybe that's not a good idea. The thing that makes me go, really? Is that the person is saying, okay, $2,500 deposit plus the total plus the $1,000. So this is somebody who's saying, okay, you win this auction, and then I want you to pay $3,500 on top of that. I don't know what that $3,500 is for. I mean, maybe. I don't know. So, yeah, no. All right. Oh, this is so crazy. And if you're wondering why I'm taking so much time to talk about Teslas this morning, so this is a kind of a three-pronged thing. First of all, I wanted to try out the streaming in the new office with the stand and everything else. You can see what's going on here. Second of all, I am waiting for some rendering to take place on this other window, which is, it's coming slowly. It's happening slowly. And thirdly, Transport Evolve Take 2 needs more subscribers, and in order for it to start earning money on its own, I need to actually improve the view times and everything else. So you're helping me get to the point where I can become a verified partner on YouTube for Take 2. Yes, Google makes you re-verify every channel under your brand. Despite it being part of the Transport Evolved setup, I have to re-verify the channel. So this live stream is helping me do that. So this is streaming on the new Super iMac. Yeah, this is the iMac Pro. Right, let's get back to this. This one is a guy who's he's put the Model S up for $61,700. Buy it now. He's got the car, or seemingly got the car, but there's no details at all. No details whatsoever. Which, again, just doesn't make sense. I mean, I could keep going here. I mean, should we? I mean, oh my goodness. So how many cars are there? We're looking at, I mean, I'm going to skip a couple here as well. This is the cheapest Model S I've seen. And I think it's just because, and it says reserve not met, and they've had three bids. Just delivered Tesla Model 3, picked up on the 8th of January and drove to Petaluma, California to my garage, 191 miles, available immediately upon auction close. The reason why I had to double check and think that date is because I'm British, and British people write day, month, year. Americans write month, day, year. And my brain, after 35 years of living in the UK, my brain still doesn't process that. So I have to stop and think. So this is another car. It's a top end Model 3. I don't know what the buy it now. There's no buy it now price, but again, I don't know why people would be spending that much money on a Model 3. Here, though, just to give you an option, okay? You could buy on eBay right now. I'm looking. You could buy a Tesla Model S P85D for $63,000. And with that, you're going to get a larger capacity battery pack. It's got 35,000 miles. It is an accident damaged vehicle, but looks like it's been done. Supercharging and autopilot are enabled and working. So, I mean, this is a fairly good program. You could get that via the CPO as well. So that gives you kind of, I don't understand why people would be doing like that. Let's look at Chevrolet Bolt EV on eBay. So brand new Chevrolet Bolt, 34 grand. Brand new Chevrolet Bolt, 40 grand. You know, it's not rocket science. Why would you spend all that money? You know, and the cars on eBay, the Bolts on eBay are priced, they're priced as they would be on a dealer lot, as opposed to pushing up the prices. Maybe that's another thought there for another video on the channel. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you like the new office. I like it. I tidied it up over the weekend. I finally got my standing desk working, which is why this is wobbling. So I can actually now have my computer and my standing desk and everything. And it works really well. It works when I don't have the monitor in the way. There we go. So this is my new studio setup, and I hope you like it. I'm going to actually go and do some work now because I've been in the office for an hour, and I need to actually now get some work done. I love the indoor golf setup. Yeah. It's actually because I don't like the carpet in here, and I very often film on my socks. So it just helps. It also brings it up a little bit and allows me to set up things. So that is the setup. I can actually pan around, like you can see. This is the entrance hallway. We got some new chairs today, which I've put together. at some point, if you are a Patreon subscriber, I will start offering tours of the studio so that you can come and see what we're doing. So that's really it. I'm going to say goodbye now and get on with some work. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Like I say, the more subscribers I have and the more watch time I have, that means I can then put adverts on this channel too, which helps me raise a bit more money. So there we go. There's only like 500 people at the moment subscribed to this channel. So I'd like to kind of push it up. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to go and edit Nissan Leaf reviews now and scripts for other things. But as always, keep evolving.